What's up, team? Welcome to the video. Merry Christmas. I want to fill you guys in on my 2016 going on 2017 reverse bet. I made a video about this 14 months ago. I said that I was going to do 4 things. 1, read a book a month. 2, what was the second one? Make my bed every single day. 3, watch 0 porn. 4, I had a revenue goal that I didn't disclose. I'm still not going to disclose. I failed at the reverse bet, and normally I didn't hit the revenue goal. Normally, what the purpose of a reverse bet is make a super negative outcome to incentivize you to accomplish a list of things, usually process oriented. My outcome was losing $10,000. In hindsight, I failed in that I could have made it $10,000 out to like the Biological Weapons Association of whatever. I made it out to the Children's Hospital Research Foundation, and for that reason, not for that reason, I don't think I would have done it regardless, but yeah, it hurts. It's like a hurt, but it kind of feels fine because it's charity, which really, I thought that losing 10K would be motivating enough to push me to restructure my business in a way, or basically create scalable revenue streams to the point where I could get to a certain number, and I just didn't do that. And in hindsight, having the outcome be more negative would have been beneficial. But I want to talk about a few things. 1, and I'll throw a warning or something at the beginning of this video, but not looking at porn had, and we can flash back to 14 months ago, but I didn't have like an issue. My intuition was that watching any kind of porn, I don't even have a moral quandary? I don't have a moral problem with porn, but on an individual level, my intuition was that it was negatively impacting my romantic relationships, my brain in certain ways, maybe just like internet repeated loop behavior, like just a lot of things. And after the last year, I can confirm that that's 100% correct. I noticed more, we'll just get right. I noticed that when having sex, if you're watching porn regularly, then when you're hooking up with a girl, it's like there's a degree of imitation even if you don't consciously realize it during. Whereas when you remove that stimulus, within a matter of month or 2 months, there's additional creativity in the way that you have sex. I don't really know how to explain it. It's massively positive. If you watch porn at all, I would highly recommend, for your own well-being, not as like a moralistic you should do this, not as an authority like you should do this, but for your own sake, because it'll make your life better, I would cut it out cold turkey. What else do I want to talk about here? This check is obviously getting mailed out. I wanted to post an update because I made this video, and a lot of you guys have been around since I made this video, and so I've documented when I won, right? Like I've never lost a reverse bet before, and I've talked about them after, like here's what I learned, here's how it went, and so I want to do that here too. I was hesitant because the outcome is, I'm donating money to a charity, look at me and look at how great I am, and just, it can come off, and probably does come off to some of you, as massive virtue signaling, which is vain and egotistical behavior, like virtue signaling in general is. However, I'm balancing that with the fact that for whatever reason, you guys listen to me, and many of you imitate me. Like, I had people chugging water and going up the stairs and making vegetables cool, and you wanna know what kind of hair product I use and where my joggers are from and where I get my t-shirts, and like all this stuff that isn't even all fitness related. Like, people who follow my content, Snapchat, YouTube, wherever, do the things that I do. And so I'm balancing being a virtue signaling like egotist with, if I make giving money to charity cool, which I don't think I would have any problem doing, like that just has a massive positive impact on the world. And like I've mentioned in videos at some point over the last 6 months, that I think the reduction of suffering is at its core the only logical point, the only like point of life that I think can be firmly founded in rationality and logic, and like it's one that you really can't knock off. And so helping kids with cancer is definitely a good one. I've actually been thinking a lot about charity. I'll do another video on this in the near future, which is going to be important, which I want you to watch. But yeah, so anyway, that's the update. I lost. 10K is getting sent out. I'll have John send it out. I might wait till after the new year because it's a write-off. So actually got to figure that out. What else? I don't have a ton to say. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's doing well. We got more videos coming. 10K down the drain. It's the biggest check I've ever written in my life, I think. Biggest check I've written that had to get cashed. 50K to Aaron Rodgers didn't get cashed. Yeah, well, one note on reverse bets in general. 2 notes on reverse bets. One, the revenue goal was a results-oriented goal. I don't think that's the play. And I talked about that before. Like, I just think process-oriented goal, which could have been, like a process-oriented goal related to revenue, could have been a content creation goal. It could have been a spend X dollars on ads goal, which would have led to more revenue. Like, I think process-oriented goals in general are always better than 99.9% of the time better than results-oriented goals, right? Like saying the goal is this outcome. The other thing is about reverse bets in general. I'm not making another one right now. I'm not making another one for 2018. And the reason is because the purpose of the reverse bet is to get yourself to do something that you don't want to do, but that you know you should do, right? Or even that you want to do when you're in your highest, most caffeinated, like when you are the best version of yourself, you know that's what you want to do. But then when you're tired, when you're in a calorie deficit, when you're, chasing your kids around, when you're doing whatever, you don't want to execute on that. The reverse bet is a way to incentivize the lower version of yourself to do what you know that you need to be doing. I think I found a more negative outcome than anything, than like giving money to bad organizations, to whatever you can think of as the most negative outcome. Doing something super embarrassing, like if I lose my reverse bet, I have to run through downtown of my city naked and like possibly go to jail for it. Like whatever the worst negative outcome is, I think I thought of one worse than that, which is like living a life not aligned with the things you know you should be doing. Like this is kind of going to a good cause, so it's a bad example, but I don't like Aaron Rodgers because I'm a Vikings fan. Skol, by the way, let's go. Giving him money is a negative outcome. What's a far worse negative outcome than that is not executing on my goals, because if I don't execute on the things that I know I want and should be doing in my life, then I'm wasting my life. And I can't think of anything worse. And by the way, your self-defined goals, the goals that you want to accomplish for your own reasons, they can be big or small, they can literally be anything, but it's coming from your soul and your intuition. By not doing that in our one life, like that is the worst possible outcome. So I'm in a place right now, at least, where I don't need further motivation to execute, other than if you don't, you're just wasting this. Thanks for watching the video. I appreciate you guys. Wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year, big start to 2018. More videos coming soon. Bye.